Tuesdays of the Other June, Part 2. The other June got bored with calling me Fish Eyes. Buffalo Brain came next. But as soon as everyone knew that, she renamed me Turkey Nose. Now at night it wasn't robbers creeping up the stairs, but the other June coming to torment me. When I finally fell asleep, I dreamed of kicking her, punching her, biting, pinching. In the morning I remembered my dreams and felt brave and strong. And then I remembered all the things my mother had taught me and told me. Be good, be good, be good. It's just us two women alone in the world. Oh, but if it weren't, if my father wasn't long gone, if we had someone else to fall back on, if my mother's mother and daddy weren't dead all these years, and if my father's daddy wanted to know us instead of just being glad to forget us, oh, then I would have punched the other June with a frisky heart. I would have grabbed her arm at the poolside and bitten her like the dog she made of me. So here I'm thinking June is saying, like, if it just wasn't me and my mom, I'd be brave enough to fight back with the other June. One night when my mother came home from work, she said, Junie, listen to this, we're moving. Alaska, I thought, Florida, Arizona, someplace far away and wonderful, someplace without the other June. Wait till you hear this deal. We're going to be caretakers, troubleshooters for an 8-family apartment building, 56 Blue Hill Street. Not janitors. We won't do any of the heavy work. April and June, Troubleshooters Incorporated. If a tenant has a complaint or a problem, she comes to us and we either take care of it or we call a janitor for service. And all this little bit of work, we get to live rent-free. She swept me around in a dance. Okay, do you like it? I do. So not anywhere else, really. All the same, maybe too far to go to swimming class? Can we move right away today? So it sounds like June is moving, maybe not too far in the same city. Her mom's going to kind of work for the apartment building if anyone has a problem. She'll make the calls, and they get to live for free, and June's hoping she can't go to swimming class. Give me a break, sweetie. We got to pack, do 1,000 things. I've got to line up someone with the truck to help us. 6 weeks, Saturday the 15th. She circled it on the calendar. It was the Saturday after the last day of swimming class. Soon we had boxes lying everywhere filled with clothes and towels and glasses wrapped in newspaper. Bit by bit, we cleared the rooms, leaving only what we needed right now. The dining room table staggered on a bunched-up rug. Our bureaus inched toward the front door like patient cows. On the calendar in the kitchen, my mother had marked off the days until we moved. But the only days I thought about were Tuesdays, awful days. Nothing else was real except the too fast passing of time toward each Tuesday, away from Tuesday, toward Tuesday. And it seemed to me like this would go on forever, that Tuesdays would come forever, and I would be forever trapped by the side of the pool, the other June whispering Buffalo Brain, Fish Eyes, Turkey Nose into my ear, while she ground her elbow into my side and smiled her square smile at the swimming teacher. No more swimming classes, no more awful days, no more Tuesdays. And then it ended. It was the last day of swimming class, the last Tuesday. We all passed our tests, and as if in celebration, the other June only pinched me twice. And now our swimming teacher said, all of you are ready for the advanced class, which starts in just 1 month. I have a sign-up slip here. Please put your name down before you leave. Everyone but me crowded around. I went to the locker room and pulled on my clothes as fast as possible. The other June burst through the door just as I was leaving. Goodbye, I yelled. Good riddance to bad trash. And before she could pinch me, I ran past her and ran all the way home singing, goodbye, 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 good riddance to bad trash. So swimming lessons are over, and as like a parting gift, June kind of told off the other June. She said, you're trash. And then she ran out of the locker room. Later, my mother carefully untied the blue ribbon around my swimming class diploma. Look at this! Well, isn't this wonderful? You're on your way. You might turn into an Olympic swimmer. You never know what life will bring. I don't want to take any more lessons. Oh, sweetie, it's great to be a good swimmer. But then looking into my face, she said, oh, no, don't worry, you don't have to. The next morning, I woke up hungry for the first time in weeks. No more swimming class. No more bad days and awful days. No more Tuesdays of the other June. In the kitchen, I made hot cocoa to go with my mother's corn muffins. It's Wednesday, Mom, I said, stirring the hot cocoa. My favorite day. Since when? Since this morning. I turned on the radio so I could hear the announcer tell the time, the temperature, and the day. Thursday for breakfast, I made cinnamon toast. And Friday, my mother made pancakes. And on Saturday, before we moved, we ate the last slices of bread and cleaned out the peanut butter jar. Some breakfast, Tilly said. Hello, you must be June. She shook my hand. So now June's mother is having some friends help her move. She was a friend of my mother's from work. She wore big hoop earrings, sandals, and a skirt as dazzling as a rainbow. She came in a truck with John to help us move our things. And John shouted cheerfully to me, So you're moving? He was an enormous man with a face covered with little brown bumps. Was he afraid his voice wouldn't travel the distance from his ear to my mouth? Are you looking at my moles? He shouted, and he heaved our big green flowered chair down the stairs. Don't be worried, they don't bite. Behind him came my mother and Tilly, balancing a bureau between them, and behind them I carried a lamp and the round flowered Mexican tray that was my mother's favorite. She had found it at a garage sale and said it was as close to foreign travel as she would ever get. The night before, we'd loaded our car, stuffing in bags and boxes until there was barely room for the two of us. But it was only when we were in the car, when we drove past Abdu's grocery, where they always gave us credit, when I turned for our last look at our street. It was then that I understood we were truly going to live somewhere else, in another apartment, in another place, mysteriously called Blue Hill Street. Tilly's truck followed our car. Oh, I'm so excited, my mother said, and she laughed. You think we were riding across the country. Our old car wheezed up a long, steep hill, Blue Hill Street. I looked from side to side, trying to see everything. My mother drove over the crest of the hill, and now, ta-da, our new home. Which house? Which one? I looked out the window, and what I saw was the other June. She was sprawled on the stoop of a pink house, lounging back on her elbows, legs outspread, her jaws working on a wad of gum. I slid down into the seat, but it was too late. I was sure she'd seen me. My mother turned into the driveway next to the big white building with a tiny porch. She leaned on the steering wheel. See that window there? That's our living room window. And that one over there, that's your bedroom. So they've moved to the new house. And she drives up the street and sees that the other June lives across the street. We went into the house down a dim, cool hall. In our new apartment, the wooden floors clicked under our shoes, and my mother showed me everything. Her voice echoed in the empty room, and I followed her around in a daze. Had I imagined seeing the other June? Maybe I'd seen a girl that looked like her, a double. That could happen. Hey, yo, where do you want this chair? John appeared in the doorway. We brought in boxes and bags and beds and only stopped to eat pizza and drink orange juice from the carton. June's so quiet. Do you think she'll adjust all right? I heard Tilly say to my mother. Oh, definitely. She'll make a wonderful adjustment. She's just getting used to things. But then I thought, if the other June lived on the same street as I did, I would never get used to things. All right, one more short one. So it's actually going to be 3 parts of a video.